Okay, the timeline of Danganronpa is very interesting because there's tons of supplemental shit. There's like animes, there's animated shorts, there's visual novels, there's all kinds of shit in Danganronpa's like canonical lore that is pretty hard to kind of pick and choose. So I only chose like the most necessary bits. You know, like do you really need Junko's origin? The creator himself said he doesn't give a fuck about Junko. Junko just was born crazy, right? And all that shit. But before I start talking about the lore, I gotta talk about the world of Danganronpa. And the world is pretty weird. It's pretty interesting. There's this place called Hope's Peak Academy. And essentially, it's like Harvard on steroids, you know? It's like the highest high school for people who have a ultimate ability. Or in Japanese, super high school level, you know, abilities. And it could be anything. You can be the ultimate garbage man. You can be the ultimate poet. You can be the ultimate anything, right? You can get into Hope's Peak Academy if you're an ultimate, right? And then you basically get like a super good education and you can like basically rule the world. It's pretty crazy, right? And essentially, Hope's Peak, the name Hope, they're basically making like a foundation for like humanity. It's like a big humanitarian effort of getting the most highest like prodigies around the world and making them, you know, to reach the highest level of expertise, right? That's the reason for Hope's Peak Academy, right? And there's a couple stuff that happens to it. You know, there's 2 bites of 87. I think it's called the most awful, most tragic, most despair-inducing event in human history.
Something like that.
Yeah, there's 2 of those, right? And yeah, we gotta learn about 2 classes. The class of 77 and the class of 76. No, class of 77 and class of 78. We're gonna focus on the class of 78 because that's the main cast in the first game for now. But remember those numbers. Those numbers are also very important. Also, Danganronpa introduces a number of tropes on its own. Common tropes is the mastermind, who's behind the killing game, you know? There's the waifu sidekick, you know, you always have your like, you know, your girlfriend behind your back cheering you on. Oh, maybe you should look in the graveyard, you know, just like your assistant characters. There's usually 4 to 5 survivors per game. You know, that's like the typical number. And, you know, there's always a twist. There's always a wacky twist. There's never like a straight like Saw like Danganronpa game. There's always some wacky ass twist. So whenever I say, you know, I need a twist, I want all you boys to say, where's Junko? All right, can we do that? Can we do that? Because sometimes I really do need a twist.
Where's Junko?
There we go. So, yeah. The killing game, I should probably explain that too. It's pretty simple. Basically, there is up to 15 people in a school, right? And everyone wants to leave the school because the school sucks, right? You're trapped here. It's like a prison. The only way you can get out is by killing someone. You gotta murder someone. And you become this thing called the Blacken, right? Your name's Blacken, right? And the other students have about 24 hours to convict you or catch you with a class trial. And if you're found guilty, you'll be executed in like an ironic way. There's a lot of irony in Danganronpa. You know that one joke in The Simpsons when like Homer goes to hell and it's just like the room of ironic torture and he's like, Homer, you like donuts? We'll eat all the donuts in the world! It's just like that for every single execution. Like the ultimate baseball star gets pelted with baseballs. You know, there's a lot of like jokes about it. Yes, Mr. Smith.
What about the Mondo butter? What's the symbolism or ironic twist
Oh,
in
no.
that?
He rode a motorcycle.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I don't think they had anything for motorcycles for a
Well,
joke.
what about the butter part?
The butter part, that was just weird.
Well,
They were just doing some weird shit there. Yes?
there is a little something behind it, but at the same time, I know of it. I just don't know how to explain it.
Okay. It's no problem. It's no problem.
I'll
But-
explain it later.
Yeah. So it's really cool because if you murder someone, every other person who's not dead has to kill you or has to find the killer, or they're all gonna end up dead, right? Because if the Blacken leaves the school and graduates or wins the game and found innocent in the class trial, everyone else dies and they get to go home scot-free. So if you kill one person, you basically kill them all if you want to escape, right? So this incentivizes everybody to go after the Blacken, right? Which is a really cool concept. So now that I have all that shit explained, I can finally go on to the main lore of Danganronpa. What happens in Danganronpa 1? You start off as this young boy named Makoto, and he's like the typical shonen, I don't have a lot of confidence, I'm a nobody, but he's actually has a lot of love in his heart, you know, has a lot of hope in his heart. And he is the luckiest student, or the ultimate luckiest student, because essentially Hope's Peak just gave out a lottery to whoever would, hey, if you win this lottery, you get to join Hope's Peak Academy. Which causes a lot of problems later down the lore, but like for now it's like, oh cool, I get to be with all these talented people. Yes, Mr. Smith?
Wasn't it because they were like something about the funding, like they need more students to come to the school?
Yeah, that's later down the road. That's in 2.
Okay.
That's in 2. But for Makoto, he's literally, he got a lottery ticket, he got the golden ticket, he got to go to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Alright? That's like the main thing about him. So he walks into Hope's Peak, and for some reason he falls asleep, and he wakes up in a chair, and the whole school's locked down. There's all the windows are barred, all the doors are locked, half the school is inaccessible, and he's in this vault room with like all other 14 class members, right? Yes.
It's a little bit of correction.
What?
15.
15? No, I'm counting Makoto.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
So it's like Makoto counting all the rest.
Oh, you mean so...
Yeah, it's math. You know what? Demerit. You. That's minus 5 stars, man.
I'm not good at
That's
math.
minus 5 stars.
I'm not good
You're
at
gonna
math.
see me after class, so, you know. Don't question my math.
Don't worry, I'll fix this later.
Anyways. Fuck. Where was I? So he sees all other students, right? And they all get called into this room. They get called into the gym by this nefarious character named Monokuma, who's voiced by a very famous Japanese actress. And Double D in the English dub. Double D is making people kill themselves. It's pretty fucking base. It's pretty fucking dank. But then Monokuma shows up and kills a woman, a sweet girl who did nothing. She didn't do nothing. Named Junko. Right? This girl right here. And it's a very important plot thread that we should put a pin in. So this woman dies to be kind of like a martyr or like a reminder. Don't break the rules. You're gonna fucking die. Right? And he basically explains the killing game, right, to these students. And you can flash cut all the way up to case 5 and you probably won't miss anything. Right? Because, you know, there's a lot of good cases in Danganronpa. And I don't want to spoil them. They're like that good.
Oh.
Like some of them are really good. Like I'm gonna have to spoil like case 2, you know, because that has the alter ego laptop boy, and that's important for the ending of Danganronpa 1. But again, I highly recommend you play the games yourself. Go through these cases because a lot of them are really good. A lot of them are really good, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, for like story reasons, like. Case like 3 through 4 just can be cut and you can still get the same amount of shit. But essentially, they all kind of like foreshadow that there's something up with the school. You know, something's fucking weird with the school, right? And our main characters are trying to find a way to escape and get out of school without participating in the killing game, right? And every time Monokuma gives out a motivation, like, oh, I'm gonna say your secrets. You know, I kidnapped your mom. Very important plot point. I kidnapped your mom. And shit like that. You know, to make people, you know, more likely to kill other people. And it works half the time. Even with money, like, money's fucking worthless if you're stuck in this prison, but someone still fucking, like, kills someone over money. It's really fucking stupid. But essentially, that's like the whole thing. And like to show you just how cool this is, I'm gonna spoil one case, my favorite case in the game. I'm sorry, boys, but case 2 is really fucking cool, right? It's a really cool case because you get this character. His name's Mundo, right? And he's like the ultimate motorcycle leader or gang leader, right? And he's like super tough. He's super macho, a total fucking Chad, right? Based on Josuke from Part 4 of JoJo, really fucking dope. Right? But he has a lot of like insecurities, problems, and he's a perfect foil to another character named Chihiro. And Chihiro is like a trap femboy, cute little snack, you know? Cute little snack if you're just browsing around, bro. He's a cute little fucking snack, bro. I want to eat him up. But anyways, both of them have the same insecurity, the same problem of like masculinity and feeling like you are bigger than yourself, right? Like Mundo is the ultimate motorcycle gang leader, but his brother used to be the number 1, right? And Mundo was acting a little dumb and almost got hit by a truck, and his brother pushed him out of the way. Bam! His brother died. Got hit by the truck, and he fucking died. And Mundo felt really bad about it, but everyone in the gang thought Mundo killed his brother. That's fucking rad. That's sick, dude. You killed your brother to be a leader? That's sick. So he kept up that lie this whole time. And he kind of acts up this persona of being tough, because that's all he kind of has. Because everything else is a fucking lie. That's why when you talk to him, your confidants, your social links, what they call free time events? Yeah, the free time events of this game. Every time he talks about being sensitive or being cool, he gets super defensive about it. And you can see why he would go to such a length of murdering someone to kind of keep that image of himself, because that's all he really has. My favorite line is every time I talk to a girl, I just start screaming because I'm so scared. I want to seem tough. Good old Mundo. And Chihiro is just like Mundo, except the opposite. He was always seen as feminine. He doesn't lift. He's saturated in soy. He can't do anything. He can't lift for shit. So he decided to kind of in a sense embrace it, but more hide away from it by just saying he's a girl, right? And everyone fucking believes that he's a girl, right? But he's super insecure about his own masculinity, right? And one day, Monokuma gives out, okay, I'm gonna tell everyone's biggest secret, right? And Makoto, being the happy boy he is, bro, I don't want to kill over a secret. Mundo would, right? He's really sensitive about that shit. And Chihiro is also sensitive about his kind of identity, right? And Chihiro looks at Mundo like an older brother, like this total Chad that he should be, right? So Chihiro decides, you know what? I'm done being a cuck. I'm done being a weak person. Mundo, can you help me weight train? Because I'm weak. I know I am, but I can get better. He admits to his mistakes like a real man, like Mondo's brother did. So when he sees Chihiro, he just sees himself as this horrible cuck, this horrible weakling who can't even admit to his own mistakes. So in the end, he just starts thinking about his brother. He fucking snaps and fucking kills the trap boy. Fucking smashes him. And he dies, right? And during this whole thing, Mundo befriended this guy named Tanaka. And Tanaka is the most humble dude. He's the ultimate student. Imagine the hall monitor. That's him, bro. And the hall monitor and Mundo, they used to hate each other. And then they had this sauna contest and they became best friends, But then it's revealed that Mundo is the killer because of all this emotional baggage he had, right? And then, Tanaka, he doesn't want to fucking believe it. And he's the only person who doesn't vote for Mundo. Right? And it's such an impactful moment. It's such a great case. And it perfectly emphasized why people like Danganronpa. There's a lot of fucking cool creative shit in that. But the important thing in case 2 is the trap boy, Chihiro, get on his laptop because he's a super hacker, and he makes like an AI version of himself, right? It's like another self, but it's just like with like ones and zeros. So he gets that thing. They call it alter ego, and alter ego tries to find out secrets about the school, right? And it's revealed that there weren't 15 students, bro. There's a secret student, dude. There's a secret student, a 16th student called Muraba Iwasaba, something like that. Yeah, the ultimate soldier. That's right, a Navy SEAL is in the fucking high school. They have the capacity to murder every single person in here. It's like fucking cold killer. And it's super weird because they wear a luchador mask, you know, lucha! It just doesn't make any sense. But they have a Bowie knife and a luchador mask, so you gotta be fucking scared. And again, hard cut, fucking case 2 to case 5, nothing really happens, you know, characters die off, don't want to spoil the cases. But in case 5, you're left with 5 to 6 people. You got Makoto, you got Toko, you got Byakuya, you have that one guy who fortune tells, I don't even want to remember his name.
Hiro.
And Kyoko. And also Donut Girl. Everyone was Aoi?
Yeah. Aoi,
yeah.
Hina, just call it Hina.
Everyone loves Donut Girl. So essentially, what happens is the luchador, Lucha, goes into Makoto's room when he's sick, right? And he's saved by Kyoko, right? And the luchador guy ends up fucking dead, right? He ends up dead, and since he was technically a student, they're still on trial for murder. So everyone's trying to figure out who killed the luchador guy, right? And there's only 2 suspects. There's Makoto and Kyoko, right? And Kyoko, you know, she's like a mysterious figure in Danganronpa 1. Like, she doesn't talk to anyone at all except for Makoto, and only in like sparse 2 to 3 sentences. You know, she's really like suspicious and like kind of weird, and it's like later down the line it's revealed that she is actually the ultimate detective, right? That's her job status, is ultimate detective. So she like somehow she got a skeleton key of the whole academy. She can go in and out whenever she wants, right? And she only told one person that, Makoto, right? So like the whole case around Luchador Man dying is there's only one person who could have been in the room. That's Makoto, right? Wrong. Kyoko has a skeleton key that can go anywhere around the school, and only Makoto knows that. So it's the player's choice to either A, pursue Kyoko and kill her, or take the L and be found guilty by everyone else. If you convict her, you get the bad ending, but the bad ending's kind of weird. You kind of just like stay in the school forever and just fuck the one female and just have like a bunch of babies. It's pretty base. It's pretty fucking crazy.
Hell, one even kills themselves.
Also, yeah, Toko dies. I'll talk about her more later down the line. She has like 2 parents. It's fucking crazy. But anyways.
Who, Toko?
Yeah, Toko has like 2 moms and 2 dads. It's really complicated.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. These artists, bro, so damaged. Anyways, so if you took the L and didn't say anything, you get convicted with murder, and you're landed in the garbage den. You're saved by Alter Ego somehow. No one knows how Alter Ego got loose, because he got crushed in case 4. Like, the laptop got fucking demolished into an egg, but for some reason Alter Ego came back and just saved Makoto. So he's in the trash bin, and Kyoko goes down there, and they look around and they realize at the beginning of the game of Danganronpa 1, there's an execution of a dude being locked up and getting shot into the sky and then coming back down and exploding. That person was actually the headmaster, you know, of Hope Peace Academy, which was actually Kyoko's dad. That was Kyoko's dad, who died at the very beginning of the game cutscene. It's really fucking cool. Right? It's like, oh, that was who that was? Whoa! And the game never, like, implicitly tells you that. which is really cool. So when Makoto waltz on in undead, like everyone thinks he's dead. You know, he fell down the garbage chute. He should be dead, but somehow he's still alive. They find out, you know, this is weird. This game's rigged, right? And for some reason, Junko, oh my bad, Monokuma wants to, you know, keep up the rules for some reason, right? So then you get the secret case 6, case number 6, right? When you confront Monokuma and you put that motherfucker on trial, right? And it's revealed that Junko, the girl who died at the beginning of the game, wasn't Junko. It was Ikusaba, right? Who was Junko's twin sister, right? And they swapped places because they're both the mastermind in this organization, in this whole scheme. And it's revealed that Junko was alive this whole time as Monokuma. That's the big twist. It's like, oh shit, Junko isn't actually dead. She was here the whole time, and she's the real fashionista, which is really cool. It's a cool detail, because if you notice, if you see Junko, before she dies, she has freckles, and her boobs are pretty small, right? And you ask her about it, like, oh, you don't look like the magazines. And she's just like, duh, it's Photoshop. Don't think about it, Buster. Because that was actually the ultimate soldier, the ultimate Navy SEALs person, impersonating Junko. But when you see her in her full glory, you know, full rack, no freckles, looks like 1,000 puppies condensed into one, perfect female, right? So essentially, there's another twist, bro. There's another fucking twist. In the game, everyone's like the same age. They're like 16, 17. They're like, let's just say they're 16, right? Wrong! They're all actually 17. Junko erased a whole year of their lives. They actually went to school. Makoto spent time in Hope's Peak Academy that whole time, a whole year in Hope's Peak Academy. And Junko erased every memory of that. And just now let them like roam free, right? It's fucking crazy. So everyone's actually 17 and they've been in Hope's Peak for a whole year. And then there's another twist. The world has ended, right? The world has ended and everyone's rioting. The gamers are rising up. Incels rise up. Essentially, that's what it is. Everyone's being blackpilled. You know, governments don't fucking matter. You know, everyone's rising up and like fighting against Hope Peak and just society, right? So it's like a war zone outside, right? And it's revealed that the second most awful, most tragic, most despair-inducing incident in history is Danganronpa 1. Because everything that happened in the first game, all the murders, all the killing, all that shit, was live streamed. It was live streamed to the whole earth, bro. It was all live streamed. So like everyone in your party, they're all fucking doomer. They're like, oh man, I'm about to rope death. I'm about to push the chair in. And then of course Makoto, being the good little boy he is, he just goes, hope. Hope! Hope! And then everyone's like, oh shit, you're right! Bro, Makoto, you're right! Hope! So then everyone starts yelling hope and finally defeats Junko and she dies, right? But there's a lot riding on that ending. They finally get out of the school's opened up, and they finally go outside for the first time and they see the world on fire. To be continued in Danganronpa 2.